I wanted to recap today's events, what is happening. As you see, my teacher influences me every step of the way. And this is my favorite one so far. This I learned from Sankaracharya Periva that this is the way they worship. The Ishta Devata is in the middle, and then the all four corners is occupied according to the positioning, like north, west, east, and stuff. And I forgot how I came across this. It's because I was trying to follow how Advaitas do their positioning. I have no idea how I even came into the topic. And where was it I saw? And I saw Devata Linga. It's in Wikipedia. Let me see whether it's in this one. Okay, let me talk about Dhana Linga. I wonder whether this is where it is. So if you see, so this is what it is about, like the middle part, the center, accordingly you'll rotate. And this is Wikipedia Banalinga if you do that. So I was fascinated by that picture because I was looking for that video or audio recording of Perivar when he delivered this in his speech, and I hope I eventually find it. So I was overjoyed when I came across this. I think Swamiji went to the Tiruchi temple. I don't know, that's where he got it. I haven't visited the temple. Then I'm like saying, Swamiji gave me a validation. He doesn't. I wanted to understand whether I'm in track with him. He usually says to connect with him and stuff, to channel him. So you wouldn't believe. I'm gonna pick. So in the sky, right? Sky, can you see it? In the sky, this appears when I'm driving. And what's the odds of that, right? I was told, let me see. So I tried to take picture. I was thinking, I hope nobody yells at me. Yes, I was trying to take pictures again and again. It stayed with me for a very long time. So I know my teacher is with me all the time, and I know I'm able to channel him. My healings have improved, and that's another validation. You know what helped me the most was Nitya Kriya Yoga. When I did the online webinar with Swamiji, something opened up, a portal, and he teaches. I didn't even know it was associated with seven uh, process we go through death. I didn't connect two and two. I didn't understand what was the significance and stuff. He pulled me. I used to always maintain between cosmic body and pain bodies or the mood taken up and down. He pulled me out and put me further along. I have no idea which. Actually, you know, to digress, I apologize. I had an episode where a person from 9/11 died, and she contacted me in energy. Her name is Anne Nicole Nelson. I was in my blueberry yard. I was planting, and this energy came and greeted me, and I didn't even know who she was. Then when I looked her up, I could understand the significance. It happened in the month of September. I forgot which year. I wrote about her wishes. She had some wishes she needed to complete before she died. Only 37 they could retreat. So I made 37 planting locations, and I put one of her wish in each one with a blueberry bush, and I tied her wish to that. And one of her wish was to publish, so I put her as the author, me as the publisher. Published her book, and for the cover I chose hydrangea. Then this goes by, and then the 10th anniversary happened, and then I let it go. The plants didn't survive that winter, and it then out of blue, one January, somebody called me. Her name is Susanna Krupp. She is a medium, and she said in her yard, suddenly these flowers grew. She didn't know the name, and she was asked to call me by Anne, and that's how the connection happened. And Anne Nelson told her that she would find through that flower. She calls that magic flowers. When she looked through those flowers, she came across my book, and she found the connection. And when she called me, she said the reason she called was she was having chronic fatigue syndrome. And Anne Nelson in energy, in spirit, connected her, telling, I am the doctor she needs to find to heal it. How amazing is that, right? So since then we have become friends, and Susanna Krupp is one of my Facebook friends. She's a medium. She came on Oprah shows. And I was thinking, wow, what an honor from the other side. Like, I did this for her. And people might not believe me, but in addition, that spirit takes an effort to go, the higher being, to go and connect another person, to bring healing to that person through me, was amazing, the validation. This was the energy level I was working with before I met my teacher, Swamiji, okay? So we were talking, me and Susanna Krupp, and I was asking her, how does she do the reading? And she says, you know what, I take an elevator, go to the third floor, and I get off, and that's how I do the reading. And I said, I don't know how I do it. She says, you keep going up. It looks like you might be getting off at a higher level. So she didn't tell me more. When I finished Nitya Kriya Yoga, I realized what she was saying. She's getting off at mental layer. That would make sense because she was on the guilt level, meaning like guilt level is where the ascended beings are still waiting to get a validation so they can move on. And it was amazing. When I finished NKY, I understood, oh, okay, this is the elevator I go up and down. And I need to understand which layer they are at and put them back. Once I understood this, before I used to do reading differently. And now I am able to, just like Alice in Looking Glass, I'm able to look through their body, see which body. I'll even ask them, hey, which body, like, 1, 2, 3. I will even do map, and they tell me energetically which body, with the validation of that space where they're holding. And I was able to validate. And I've written, I've done 2 more videos on this. One is about guilt, resolving guilt. And there, this girl was stuck in the mental layer. She was my colleague. She is my colleague. She works in a nursing home. She's doing wound care with me. And I was telling her, something is making you stuck in guilt. And she says, yes. She was feeling guilty about something, about a cat. And then the cat brought a feeling of some boyfriend or some friend in the past who committed suicide, and she was not there to help. So the whole thing was expansion of the guilt. And she asked me to do a video on relationship, how to resolve guilt and stuff, and I did post it on my YouTube video, healnow.tv. And through her, I opened up, like, that's the first time I did even the peering, look into the layers. Before that, I used to read differently. And another validation was this cloud. I'm like saying, oh my God. Today I had another patient who I was showing her how the Jesus energy looks, because actually Jesus is the one who opened up the Mahayana Buddhism in India in 1st century AD. He left the crucifixion site with his disciples, followed to Kashmir, and he established a place. And in 1st century AD, started teaching to all Christianity, Buddhism, Muslims, Hindus, Vedagamas. And my first teacher, when he opened up, like I even spoke I was in Jamaica for 1 year. I lived in a convent for work reason. I would easily been able to stay as a nun. I mean, seriously, I was so in love with that group, Stella Maris Convent in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. And I was very attached to Sister Rita. And one day when we were in the church, in Jesus Ananda Ganga, the belly area, he showed me his inner vision. And I know how to connect with him, channel with him. And he is a Buddhist Lama. He is amazing. I connect with Mary too. Mary comes to me as Black Madonna. In Slovakia, they have a church, it seems. Her face is all black. So they call her Black Madonna because the faith of the people was so much, the suit gets into her face. And one soldier tries to take out that statue and she has a scar on her face. I have a patient, I even showed her about that because Black Lakshmi comes to me as Karveer Nivashini, and she appeared to me in my third eye, or rather in the shrine, because I did a specific way. And Varahi appeared, and Swamiji in person is portraying all this, and I am so blessed to see all these beings in my lifetime. I'm so grateful. And like, when I ask for validation, my teacher gives it to me, and he told me I am his channel, or that I can channel him and work through him, and always come from a space where I'm not having any doubts. He says, work in completion. Don't doubt your abilities and just channel me. And just like that movie Bahubali, I pretend to show my finger one area and he heals. Seriously, it's like a comedy movie for me because I do really nothing but healing happens. And today we did a session where I showed to my patient how Jesus energy will look through the hands. She could feel it. How Mary energy will look. Or she started crying. And then how my teacher's energy will look. And my previous teacher is Master Chocolate Sui, and through him I met the ascended masters, Jesus, and their ascended masters because they're all in the Buddhist tradition. And as soon as Jesus opened up my Ananda Ganda, Master Choa came in. He did Shaktipat with me, and he gave a tape called Inner Seeing, Inner Doing. The minute I put it in, there was a bright white light that went into my third eye, and I think Master Choa was waiting, the minute I got in, I was awakened. Plus, in person, when I had a question with him in New York, he was doing spiritual lessons of man teaching, and he said, I asked him, what is the difference between Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Shaktipat? So he asked me, he said, come on over. And I'm going to show you his book. And Master Choa, I'm going to show you this. And he's amazing teacher. And he did my Shaktipat. He directly tapped my back. He asked me, how do you feel? I didn't want to say anything because I didn't feel anything. I kept quiet, but I was happy. He treated me special. That's all I felt. But when my teacher initiated, because you need to have the correct teacher to initiate, and when my teacher, who is my Sadguru, when he initiated me in 2016 in Sadashivoham, he did afterwards opening of our Ananda Ganda, and he said he'll allow us to become a Shaivite. And so he did an initiation. Even if you are not qualified, he says, I am going to take away the rules. That's what he said. Whatever it is, the regulation. So he opened, and I do eat meat. So he was so compassionate. He allowed me to be initiated. That was such a sweet thing he did for me. I'm so grateful to you, Swamiji. So when he initiated, I could literally feel 2 seeds drop into my Ananda Ganda. So I wrote to him. I said, what is that? What is that? I had to ask like 4 or 5 times before he said. He didn't say what it was. I said, "Is it bioenergy? Is it this memory, that memory?" And finally, I said, "Is it bioenergy?" Uh, he said yes. So it was his bioenergy and Massachusetts bioenergy came in together because I was at that point ready karmically, I guess. So both fell into place for me, and since then it's been phenomenal spiritual journey. I'm so grateful, and I really wanted to show that cloud arrangement so that you guys would see what happened. So blessed. My YouTube channel is healnow.tv, and I work as this YouTube Mantrini. Mantrini is the way Barahi greeted me, and to honor her, I want her to be part of my healing journey as well because she put her hands on her heart. And I was so touched that higher beings were so respectful. And Swamiji was amazing. He treated me with tremendous respect, and I would forever be grateful for him. So, as this YouTube month, I recorded this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this and subscribe to my channel. My goal is to create multiple videos that would have, uh, so like how Swamiji is teaching, incorporating his teaching for day-to-day working out of issues that includes relationship, resolving, and problem solving, our personal challenges. And I love you all. Thank you.